Hello, I'm Evangelist April Dunn Agnew, and welcome back to my channel. Just wanted to do a real quick diary entry before I went to bed. Today has been overwhelmingly amazing. I tell you, today I did my last class, and the class was called You Are a Gift. And one of the young ladies in the house was going to interpret for me, but she had a difficult time interpreting. And she asked me to get help. And I prayed, I closed my eyes for a second and just prayed and asked God to give me what to do. And I was able to get through the class with the help of the girls on my own. I used Spanish as much as I could. I utilized the help of the tools that I have on my phone to assist me with words that I could not remember, and even in pronunciation, but I was able to teach the class. And I tell you, God has a way of doing things that force us to tap into things that we thought we could never do. And so the language barrier was not an issue because God helped me and helped to interpret everything He wanted me to say to the young ladies. And it was just a testament of how big God is and how when we lean and depend on Him, He gives us just what to do and how to do it so that it can be effective in the lives of those that we're sowing into. And so at the end of the class, of course, I became very overwhelmed and I just began to weep, and the girls came in and hugged me and shared love with me, and it was so beautiful just to have that moment with them. You know, I told them I'm so glad that I was able to teach this lesson and to let you know that you are a gift. But in the same token, I was able to do something that I had never done before, and that was to teach a class without an interpreter in English and in Spanish. And it was just such an overwhelming process. I thank them for their patience. I thank them for just joining me in the process. And so I just wanted to share a little bit about what God gave me for them. You are a gift. Eres un regalo. You are a gift. And one of the things that the Lord told me to share with them was to give them some points and some affirmation. So with each point that I give, I'm going to give an affirmation. So the first thing I told the young ladies is you are beautiful, and nothing that has happened to you can ruin your beauty. And the affirmation was, I am beautiful. And each of the girls was encouraged to know that even though you face traumatic situations and circumstances, and some of the things that you've gone through, most adults have never faced those things, but you came through it, and it did not ruin the beauty in you, the beauty that comes from God alone. He says in His word that we are fearfully and wonderfully made. And so you are beautiful. And they were able to declare, I am beautiful. Soy hermosa. Number two was, bad things happen to me, but those things cannot stop me from being successful. And the affirmation was, nothing can stop me. And so the girls were encouraged to know that even though some very negative and bad things may have happened to them, it does not stop their future, because their future is in God. It cannot be stopped. Nothing can stop us from reaching the heights and the level, the depths and the level of success that God has for us. We will reach our future if we stick with God no matter what. So the affirmation, nothing can stop me. Number three was, God made me and can help me reach my goals. And the affirmation was, I need God. Necesito a Dios. I need God. God made me and can help me reach my goals. He knows me through and through. He's sovereign. And because God knows us, He's sovereign, He's the creator, He knows how to get us where He's called us to. And so despite the things that happen in my life, despite the trauma I faced, God can still get me to the place of destiny in my life. And number four was, when I make mistakes, I must get back up and try again. And the affirmation was, I can bounce back from my mistakes. And so it's just to let the girls know that, yes, you're still going to make mistakes, even though you've been, rescued, so to speak, and you've come through the trauma that you faced in your life. You will still make mistakes. But the point is, what are you going to do after you've made those mistakes? Are you going to sit and wallow in those mistakes? Are you going to stay in that place of negativity? Or are you going to get up and bounce back to your place of success? And so I asked each girl and provoke them with the question, what is one of the it's one goal that you have for yourself. And the girls answered the question. I told them, you don't have to share your goal with anybody. You can keep your goal to yourself, but what is a goal that you have for yourself? And then after they answered, I said, now, what will you do to reach that goal? I challenged them to write a step that they will take to reach that goal, not just to write a goal, because each one of us can write a goal. I want to be a lawyer, but what are you doing to get to that place where you are the lawyer? You have to do something. So what are you going to do to reach that goal? And so my last bit of encouragement for them tonight was nothing, or earlier in our class, nothing that has happened to you can stop you. No one that has hurt you is responsible for your outcome. You are responsible. So what are you going to do to make sure that you get to the outcome that you expect? And so I had them repeat after me, when I work hard, if the outcome is bad, how will I make it better? And so that was the final question that they were posed with. How are they going to make it better when they've worked hard and they've done their part and the outcome still isn't what they expect it to be? How will they make it better? And so that was the class that I taught, and I am just so grateful to God for getting us through that class. It was just so amazing to get to this place. Each time I come on this mission or a mission, I grow. There's something else that God is teaching me about myself, about Him, about His people, that really helps me to get to that next level in His kingdom where He can trust me to reach more souls. And so it's so important that whatever it is that you're going through, you take the time to allow God to come in and challenge you, so to speak. Challenge you to go past your norm. Challenge you to go past what your ideas and what you expect from something to the place that He wants to push you to. And so to be able to say that I taught a class today in English and in Spanish and was able to get through that was major. That was huge. And that was God. Our daddy God is big, and He does great things. He does big, big, big things if we trust Him and lean and depend on Him. Evangelist Foster said something today after the class. She said he does big things like that, right? He does big things like that. That's just like our God, to do something big like that, to challenge us and to push us to that next level in Him. I'm so grateful for you all following me, and just ask that you continue to pray. I will be traveling home Saturday afternoon, and I need your prayers of covering. Tomorrow's the last day of the mission, and on that last day, we expect God to continue doing miracles, signs, and wonders. When I came on this trip, I had big expectations about it. He has truly blown my mind with the things that have taken place. There were some things that came up that kind of overwhelmed us in the house. And when you get attached to the girls and you see them come and go, that can be difficult. It can be very a sore hurt, but you have to just trust God. One of the things God gave me today to encourage me and to encourage others is that, we plant seeds and we water seeds of faith, but He is the one that gives the increase. And because He's the one that gives the increase, no matter what happens in the meantime, we have to entrust ourselves and those that we're planting seeds in to God. We've got to leave them to God. We don't control the variables of our own lives or the variables of other people's lives. When we plant the seed, we've got to trust God that wherever they end up is the place that God can use for His glory in their lives. And so, it really takes the pressure off, especially when you're dealing with these major situations such as human trafficking and things of that nature. It can be scary to see these situations occur, but you have to know that God gives the increase. When you've done your part, when you have obeyed Him, and when you're walking in that destiny that He's called you to, you've got to trust God to do the work that needs to be done to ensure that everyone will end up in their destiny. And so I just encourage you, let God do the increase. Take your hands off of it and let God do the increase. I love you. God bless you. And remember, every day with Jesus is sweeter than the day before.